What's up, y'all? It's your boy Black Hoodie back with some more interesting reactions. Today we're gonna be talking about this gentleman right here, Amir Odom. As you see, the video's up. He's gonna be reacting to anti-white and woke black culture TikToks. Let's go.
Black culture TikToks because of Black History Month. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss because I feel like there's a lot of people trying to speak on my behalf as a black person, and personally, I'm over all the woke crap, I'm over all the anti-white stuff, I'm over all the reverse racism, the whole nine.
Let's pause it real quick. Um, who's trying to talk for you? That's my first question, but let's go.
Very played out, it's tired, it's old, it's dusty, and quite frankly, there's a lot of black people who feel the same way. There's a lot of black people who even disagree with this whole idea of having a Black History Month. Personally, I would much rather have just American history be celebrated and taught about all year. I don't understand why you're segmenting me and my ancestors and my race to 1 month, and I always thought that was...
I can tell you why they're segmenting that. Whatever. I can tell you why they're breaking it up like that. It's simply because we aren't counted for in history, in American history. Come on now. They don't care about our impact in history. And by they, I mean the powers that be. The people who own these institutions that we go to work for, we have to pay taxes to. Yeah, those people. They don't give a fuck. Excuse my language.
Was weird, especially growing up in schools. How, okay, so we talk about being desegregated, we talk about wanting to be seen as equal, then why are we promoting only...
If you go to neighborhoods, it's not desegregated. It's only certain low income neighborhoods that's segregated or desegregated. It's all walks of life that live on the street, and that's because they all broke. This issue goes deep. It goes very deep, and it goes way deeper than TikTok and what you think is anti-white. How can anything be anti-white in a Eurocentric capitalistic society? It's just ideas.
Talking about black people during this 1 month as if we aren't a part of America's history as it is. So let's talk about everything at once. So that's just how I personally feel about it, and I know other people have expressed their opinions too, especially in the comments below. Like I said before, in this video, we're going to react and commentate to a couple different perspectives and just people's general feelings and just some racist stuff that I've seen across the internet from the Browns, the people who look like me, black people in America. Without further ado, let's just get right into this.
This is truly disgusting, and whoever's sending it out is vital.
Greetings. You have been selected to pick hot. You have been selected.
Nah, that shit wild though. That's funny. That's funny.
Ready at 1 p.m. Sharp with your belongings. Our executive slaves will come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched down once you've entered the plantation. You're at plantation group C. Good day.
Okay, we're not gonna react to that. The slaves, yeah, they overreacting. That's some bullshit. But it's not funny though. That shit not funny. But it is low key. But what's not funny is the fact that they talking about a situation that was so, gruesome to us and making light of it. That's what's not funny. But ironically, it is funny, yeah. Because we are slaves, unfortunately. If you pay taxes, you a slave.
Hey. If I would have saw that message, I would just start laughing and paid it no mind. I'm not a slave. Need to be made. It's a joke. It's a meme. It's clearly for you. Black race forever. If you didn't hear that, this black man, Dr. Umar, we've talked about him on this channel before. He walks into this lecture hall and he says, "Black queens forever," and the crowd of blacks yells out, "Snow bunnies never." And if you're not familiar with what a snow bunny is a white person. Now, can you just for a split second imagine if this was reversed? If you had a white man, if you had imagine Charlie Kirk or some white man come up in this...
We don't even have to imagine if it's reversed. Go look at all of our nation's presidents and see the disparity of niggas. That's a clear picture of white people always, except for the one time they hire a fake ass nigga, Obama, and black people never. What is this dude talking about?
Classroom.
He live in an America that I'm not familiar with. I guess he live on the other side of the tracks, but I digress.
This lecture hall full of white students and said, "White queens forever, black people never." Be so for real right now. You know they will try to burn that school down. What's wild to me is the sheer amount of racism that blacks give out.
That's not racism. This is what we gonna talk about right now. That's not racism. That's prejudice. Racism has a definition. Let's look at the definition. Characterized by or showing prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. Tell me. Sure, I don't agree that we should be prejudiced against white people, but please explain to me how we can discriminate against white people. How can we exercise and demonstrate our racism as black people through showing prejudice and discrimination or antagonism? Tell me how. We're going to ban them from our soul food joints, from our clubs? They don't go there. We're going to ban them from watching NBA games and NFL games? Oh, wait, we don't own that. What part of the infrastructure do we own where we can demonstrate our racism and discriminate against whites? This guy's talking out of his ass, my friends. He's talking out of his ass.
Out that is just callously just out there willy-nilly and openly and accepted, and it should not be a thing. We fought so hard to be seen as equal. We fought so hard to coexist with white people.
That shit right there is the problem. We fought so hard to be seen as equal. That doesn't mean that we are equal. And if you've been to court, you can see that we are not equal. If you've been to prison, you can see that we are not equal. We are overrepresented in those fields. And it's not because we the big bad black people. It's because of racism. Disenfranchising us. The disenfranchising of our people way back before all of this started. Saying that we should ignore racism is literally saying we should ignore our past and our history. We should ignore the roots and the foundation of the nation we live in. This guy's he's privileged. He's privileged to have this type of mindset. But hopefully he watches this video.
To the point where now you're trying to segregate yourself and you're being just flat out racist. Are there racist white people?
We trying to segregate ourselves. Is this man familiar with white flight? Let's talk about it. White flight. White flight or white exodus is a sudden, gradual, large-scale migration of white people from areas becoming more racially or ethno-culturally diverse starting in the 1950s and 1960s. The term became popular in the United States. They refer to a large-scale migration of people of various European ancestry from racial mixed urban regions to more racially homogeneous suburban or exurban regions. White people didn't want to live with us. This is after Jim Crow. When we started, they started giving us our little bite-sized pieces of inclusivity and being equal. White people packed up and fled. We didn't do that shit ourselves. What is he talking about? The reason why there's only predominantly black spaces is because that's how they want it. They want blacks to be with blacks, and they want whites to be with whites. That's not by accident, and we damn sure didn't create that shit. What is he talking about?
Out there, yes, but what you don't see is this. You don't see this behavior, and it's up front and that bold and blatant. You don't see that from white people at all at this level. But like seriously, can you imagine if
You don't have to see that from white people. First of all, their success is enough. The reason why their success is by piggybacking off the work and the labor of enslaved Black Americans. That's why they have such a platform. That's why they own so many things. You have to do your research. They don't need to stand aloud no more and say, fuck niggers. They don't need to say that shit. They can literally look away and say that shit. This whole situation this dude is talking about, he is standing on. Y'all remember that song by Chris Brown and Busta Rhymes? How you gonna hate from outside of the club? You can't even get in. That's the position white people are in. We can hate all we want to, but they own everything. We can, even if we are racist, we can't demonstrate it. We don't own anything. As a collective, yeah, there's certain boule Black people who own certain institutions. But when it comes to the infrastructure, we don't own a lick of it. That's it, man. I can't even watch no more of this, bro. Y'all, I'm out. Y'all have a good one.